everyone, Miss Joyce here from the Shaler North Hills Library. Boy, I'm so glad that you're watching. You're here for you plus math equals fun. And I do believe that. I do believe that math is fun. And, before we get started, I just had a couple little reminders, and that is, I talked to my friend Missing today. She's so wonderful. Everybody just loves her, including me. And she said, hey, Miss Joyce, when you're talking to your friends today, at U plus math equals fun, will you please remind them that we have these really cool calendars at the library, and they're for you. They're for you to take, all of you out there. And they're really nice calendars, and they're learning calendars. Inside of this little calendar are all kinds of learning activities. It's about books, it's about math, it's about reading, it's about families, it's about friends, and it's a really nice thing. And the Kiwanis Club, it's the word Kiwanis is right here. And the Kiwanis just means it's a group of people all across the world. And what they do is they live in their communities and they figure out, what can we do to help our community? And so they thought a way to help our community is by creating these really cool learning calendars. So we have these really cool learning calendars here at the library. And when you come to visit the library, which you can come and visit now, and you can borrow books and you can borrow movies and you can come and say hello, there will be a box of these calendars right outside of Miss Ing's office. And you can even maybe take a peek and say hi to Miss Ing. Or I'm going to put a big pile of these on the table right when you come into the children's department. So that'll be great. And so make sure you get one of these and you can take it home and you can keep it forever and you can learn. And that's what us here at the library, that's what we want. We want for you guys to learn. So the other thing I wanted to say before we get started with our U plus math equals fun is, I told you I was a teacher for a long time. And there are some really important things I want you to try to remember. And that is that when someone is talking to you, you look right into their eyes. Because when you look right into somebody's eyes, it sends a message. And the message is, I'm a good listener. And it also says, I want to hear what you say. I think what you're telling me is important, and I think what you're telling me is interesting. And also, looking at somebody when they're talking, it's polite. Now, I know it's hard to do that sometimes because sometimes you feel a little shy looking at somebody. But if you practice at home with the people that you're with all the time, then it gets easier and easier and easier, so that when you go to church, when you go to school, when you go to daycare, when you go visit your friends or your grandparents, it'll be easier to look right at them. The other thing I always tell people is, no matter where you are, if you're in the car, if you're at home, you're visiting friends, there are tools everywhere to learn. There are books, there are signs. Anything around you can be turned into a learning tool. So you can count your toys. You can put a puzzle together. You can read the street signs, or at least try to remember the letters that are on the street signs. You can look at the number of the houses in your neighborhood or your apartment building. So there's plenty of tools around us to learn from. And the other thing that I think is really important is that if you're wondering about something, and I tell this even to my grown-up kids, if you're wondering about something and you just really want to ask a question, ask the question. Ask the question of somebody, because if you do that, you're going to get an answer. And every time you get an answer to something you're wondering about, you're learning. So, hey, when we come back, we are going to get started, and we're going to get together and start U plus math equals fun. So see you in a second.
Hey there, it's me, Miss Ing, from the Shaler Library. You knew that because you're watching a Shaler Library show. But I'm Miss Ing, and I wanted to reiterate, which simply means say again, what Miss Joyce was talking about, these Learning is Everywhere calendars. And maybe you already have one, and that's okay. You can take another one, because every year we learn more and more and more. These are from our local Kiwanis Club, which is very excellent. They're super, super nice people. And every month there's a different thing that you can focus on, and there are different activities for however old you are. So maybe you blew through one of these when you were an infant or a toddler. And now, like, you're going into kindergarten, you're like, dude, I want to try these other things. So, like, in June, the focus is on your neighborhood. And there's all different kind of learning activities that you and your super special grown-up can focus on for the month. So come on in, get your free calendar from the Kiwanis. Dude, there's so many cool things in here. Now it's time to go back to Miss Joyce. U plus math equals fun.
Okay, hey, welcome back. So here we are at U plus math equals fun, and today I thought we could talk about measurement. Now, what does measurement mean? Well, measurement, it just means that we want to find out how the size of something, how long it is, how short it is, how tall it is. It can be how much something weighs. Is something heavy? Is something light? Measurement can be checking the temperature. Is it cold outside? Is it hot outside? So measurement just means finding out more information about something. And today, when we talk about measurement, we're going to use a scale. We're going to talk about weight. Weight. That means how light something is and how heavy something is. And the tool that I'm going to use today, right here, is called a scale. Now this is called a balance scale. And all it is a kind of a tool, and we're going to try to balance two groups of things and see which one's heavier and which one is lighter. Now, I have some cool pictures here of scales that you might have seen around, and one of them is this picture. And this picture is of tomatoes. If you go to the grocery store and where you're getting ready to pay the cashier, they will weigh your tomatoes to see how much they weigh. The more tomatoes there are, or the bigger the tomatoes are, the more money they will cost, because the more something is means the more money that you'll be spending. Let's look at another kind of scale. Oh, this is also at the grocery store. You might see this in the produce department. It is a kind of scale where you can say, hey, I want 3 peppers. You can put 3 peppers on the scale and see how much it weighs. Here's another kind of scale. Whoops. Here's another kind of scale. Look at the babies at the doctor's office getting weighed. And all of you are at the doctor's office getting weighed at one time too. And the doctor is seeing how much the baby weighs. How fast is the baby growing? Good. Here's someone maybe about your age at the doctor's office using a scale to see how much you weigh. Oh, here's someone, she's at the airport, and she's going on a trip. And to get on the airplane, she has to find out how much her luggage weighs, her suitcases. So here she is, she's putting them on a scale, because it can't be too heavy on the airplane. And there's a little boy, and he's checking out to see how much his suitcase weighs, because the airport, they have to know how heavy the plane is. So to do that, they have to find out how heavy your suitcases are. So these are different kind of scales, and today we're going to use our balance scale. And a balance scale means that we're going to make sure that, here's our balance scale, there we go. We're going to make sure that, there we go, that something is even on each side. Something is even on each side, and there we go. Here's our, the library has the coolest things. One of the things they have is this balance scale. I love it. So if you look carefully at the balance scale, there's 2 triangles, a green triangle and a blue triangle. And when the 2 little triangles, their points meet, that means, yes, they're even on both sides. So let me fix it. There we go. I wanted it to be just perfect for us to understand. There we go. So let's do some fun things. So let's see if this scale really works. We want to make sure it's balanced, and that means even on both sides. So I have here some glue sticks. So let's put 2 glue sticks, 1, 2, on one side of the scale, and let's put 2 glue sticks on the other side of the scale. 1, 2. Okay, let's see if they weigh the same. Yes, they do. 2 and 2. Now, you know what I had to make sure of? I had to make sure of some things. I had to make sure that none of them were used, that they had the same amount of glue in them. Now, what if I took out 1 glue stick? Oh, what does this mean? That this side weighs more because there's 2 glue sticks here, 1, 2, and 1 over here. Very good. Okay, let's take these out and let's try something else. Again, the library has the coolest stuff. Check out these gems. I love these gems. They're very pretty. So let's put these gems in, and why don't you count with me as I drop them into the bowl of the balance scale. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wow, there's nothing in this side. So we know that these 5 gems are a lot heavier than no gems at all, are they? Now as I put the gems in, watch, let's count. We'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And as we count, and as I put the gems into the bowl of the balance scale, let's watch carefully the little triangles here, the green triangle and the blue triangle. And when they match, it means that they weigh the same. 5 gems over here weighs the same. 5 gems over here weighs the same. Here we go. Oh, did it move? Didn't move too much. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa! And 5. Alrighty, let's see. Oh boy, make sure our scales are correct. Oh, slow down, scale. Alrighty. Now, let's do this. We know that 5 and 5, they weigh the same. Let's add another gem. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, look at that. The bowl is pushed down by gravity because this amount of gems, 10 gems, compared to 5 gems. 10 gems are heavier than 5 gems. And look, right there, we know that. Alrighty, let's take these out. Very good. Good listening, everyone. Okay. There. Alrighty, now let's try something. Let's put 4 glue sticks. We already have measured for the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many gems do you think weighs the same as 4 glue sticks? Let's think about what we already know. Well, we know these are full of glue. We know they're brand new. We also know how heavy the gems are. They're pretty heavy. So let's take a good guess. Let's see. Count with me. Will it be 4? Will 4 gems weigh the same as 4 glue sticks? Let's find out. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we know? We know that the glue sticks are heavier. 4 glue sticks are heavier than 4 gems. You can tell that because our balance scale didn't even move. Let's keep counting. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Whoa. Let's see. Slow down, balance scale. There we go. Stop. So what we found out was that 16 gems weighs the same as 4 glue sticks. Wow. And you know what? I think it would be really fun if you did this at home. And you might say, oh, gee willikers, I don't have a balance scale. But you know what I did? This is funny. I made one at my house. Didn't I make one at my house? So here we go. And all you need, look at this. Isn't this funny? So all you need is a hanger, and maybe you could ask, someone who takes really good care of you. You could ask somebody that takes really good care of you to help you, because you really just need 3 things. A hanger. You might have these. It doesn't have to look like this hanger or this hanger. It just can be any kind of hanger. You need cups, just paper cups, any kind of cups you have. These are the kind of cups that I had at my house. And you need some ribbon or some yarn. So this is what I did. I made a scale, and it looks like this. It kind of looks a little bit like this, meaning there's a bowl on this side, a bowl on this side. I have them at the same spot. So you can do this at your house. And what I'm going to do is, when we're back, I'm going to hang this over there. We're going to see if we can make it work like the balance scale that we just used. Remember, a hanger, 2 cups, some string or some yarn, tie them. I made little holes with a hole puncher. Tie them on your hanger. And let's see if we can get this to work, sort of like our balance scale that we have from the library. That's the fun thing, is you don't really need anything too fancy to learn. You can do it all by yourself. So when we come back, let's check out our very own balance scale.
Well, look who it is. It's you again. And it's me, Kat. And I'm glad to be here with you again today on Miss Joyce's show. She's talking about how much things weigh, different ways to measure stuff. And she's got a scale on there and everything. I don't know how much my head weighs, but I know it's the heaviest part of my body. It's hard holding this baby up. But I will tell you something. Miss Joyce, if you go back, she talked about something important about if you don't understand something, you just ask a question. And I think that's really important. You have a lot of people in your life. I can't even count them. Get it? Because we're in math, so I'm talking about counting. You have so many people in your life who want to help you out if you have a question. But they don't know unless you ask them. And you want to ask them, you want to ask somebody you know you're going to get a good answer from. Like when I want more food, I know who to ask, right? And when I want to, go chase the dog around, I got to know who to ask. But if I ever have a question that's really tough, you know who I ask? The Magic 8 Ball. Now, I'm telling you, the Magic 8 Ball knows all the answers. Because here's why. The Magic 8 Ball will tell you an answer when you shake it, and it tells you the answer. But if you don't like the answer the Magic 8 Ball gives you, you just shake it till you get it. So right now, I'm going to ask the Magic 8 Ball a really important question. Magic 8 Ball, because remember, it's always good to ask questions. Magic 8 Ball, are cats cooler than dogs? I'm going to shake it, and I'm looking, and the Magic 8 Ball, I didn't like that answer. All right, Magic 8 Ball. I'm asking you a question, Magic 8 Ball. I don't like that answer. Come on, Magic 8 Ball. Are cats way better than dogs? Yes, it is decidedly so. So remember, and this is the only thing that you can shake to get the right answer. Don't be shaking anything else or any people else. Don't be shaking that. But Magic 8 Ball, you can ask it a question. I love the Magic 8 Ball. All right, well, that's me. I'm Kat. And now back to Miss Joyce. Bye.
Hey, we're back. And I want to tell you a couple things. First of all, here's my homemade scale that you can make at home. 3 things: hanger, paper cups, and some yarn or some ribbon. And you know what? This isn't perfect, and it's not going to be exactly like our balance scale from the library, but we can still have fun, right? So I have here some teddy bears because the library has the coolest stuff. And you know what? If you look carefully, can we see these little bears? So we have the bears, and you know what? They're in a pattern. So let's read the pattern together before we use them in our scale. We have large, small, large, small, large, small, large, small, indeed. So how about if we do this? Let's put a large bear over here. Whoa, there we go. Oh, what do we know already? That's pretty heavy. Let's put another large bear in this side. Let's see if we can make our balance scale balance, which means same on either side. So here we go. Okay, slow down, hanger. Here we go. Do they look like they're about the same? Well, sort of, yes. All right, let's add another large bear. So we have 2 large bears. Uh-oh, look. Boy, you can really tell the difference now. And let's add another large bear and see if we can even them out or balance them. There we go. Good, so this is just kind of a fun activity you can do at your house. You don't have to use bears. You can use whatever you have at your house. Any little thing that you have. Maybe you can use grapes. Maybe you can use glue sticks. Maybe you can use barrettes. Maybe you can use Legos. So whatever you can use, you can switch it up and you can have fun with your own scale, your own balance scale, meaning balanced the same on each side. All right. Hey, when we come back, let's read a story.
Hey there. Hi. I'm here for this show about scales. I am. What? I'm not in the show? I don't understand. I'm a fish. I have lots of scales. Oh, that's a different kind of scale? Oh, okay. Yeah, so, sometimes words are even, spelled the same. Like scales, like my fish scales, that's SCALES. And scales, like the ones Miss Joyce is talking about today, I guess, that's also spelled SCALES. But they have different meanings. And there's a big long word for that. I can't remember what it is. I think it's like homophone or something, but I'm not really sure because I'm just a fish. Okay, so maybe there'll be a different show about fish scales. And I'll be back for that. Bye! You know what? I'll be back for that. You can count on it. Oh, funny. I'm so funny. I got a million of them. I'll be here all night.
We're back, and I thought that the last thing we would do together is read a story because you know how much I love stories. You know how much I love books. And this book is called Honey, and it's about a little bear. It's so cute. And it was written by a guy named David Ezra Stein. So I was reading a little bit about David Ezra Stein. And he's an author, which means that he thinks of an idea and puts his idea into words. And his stories, he likes to write about friendship, and he likes to write about nature and animals. So this book is about an animal, and it's a bear called Honey. And, oh, look at this. This is so cool. If you don't know what to get somebody for their birthday, or for Mother's Day or Father's Day or Christmas or Hanukkah, you can come to the library and you can donate a book in their name. and they get their name on the inside, which is really cool. So here we go. It was his second year. And look, he's climbing out of his little cave after having slept all winter. "I'm back," he said. Oh, his tummy growled like another bear. As he dug and scraped for things to eat, he remembered, ooh, honey. Honey is warm and golden and sweet and clear and slowly flowing. It's spicy and aromatic, sparkling with sunlight. And aromatic means it smells really good. Honey! Oh, he sees a bee. Yes, he sees a bee because we know that bees make honey. But it was too soon for honey. Uh-oh. He tried to forget, but the warm grass smelled so sweet, and the sap on the tree seemed, well, as sticky as honey, and the meadow as gold as, and the stream as clear as, and the berries bursting like honey. Yes, he's describing honey in all the other things he sees. But it was too soon for honey. The days turned hot and still. Clouds cracked and grumbled in the heavy sky. Oh, I wonder what season it is. Winter, spring, summer, or fall? Well, the days turned hot. I think that means it's summer. With a crash came the rain. Oh, he forgot how wonderful and how good a rain could be. It splattered on his head and it shivered down his back. And then after, it was hot and still again. It was not time for honey. Uh-oh, he put his nose where the bees are. What do you think happened? Yes, maybe he got stung on his nose. He's saying, ouch! Busy bees don't like to be bothered. He soaked his muzzle in the water. Why do you think he put his nose in the water of the stream? I'll bet it felt good on his nose that had a bee sting. Oh, the water was so good and so cool. And he laid back and he watched the clouds trundle by. And then he found a waterfall and was very busy for a long time. Doesn't that look fun? One day, he heard a buzz. And in a flash, he ran. It was time for honey. Yes, I heard you say honey. Warm and golden and sweet and clear, slowly flowing, spicy, aromatic. It smelled good. Sparkling with sunlight. Honey, just as good as he had remembered. He lapped it up and licked his paws for a long time. And then the nights cooled and the days grew crisp. Oh, I see an animal there. Right there. I always say, look at all the edges of all the pictures and you can find really cool things. So maybe a raccoon could be a friend of his. And the days grew crisp. And the sleepy bear sat and remembered the summer and thought about how good the summer had been. And I hope all of you are having a good summer. Hey, thank you. Thank you for watching. Bye.